Hi everybody, welcome to this final round video guide for Expert Division of the Players Championship 9-hole cup here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you are a subscriber as well. Help me get to 20,000 subs if you're not subscribed already. Plenty drops here and some tweaks for anything I didn't drop. As always good to take a token or two, test out and tweak and adapt to your personal play style as needed. Good luck everybody. Here we go with hole number 1. Here we're going to find our position with the quarterback, white ring touching the rough on the right at P3 max. Then we switch to our APOC bag and we're going to need the thorn for our second shot. 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Once we've done that, time to make our adjustment. Max plus 10, power 3 settings. Max plus 10, power 3. Most likely not going to adjust into overpower with APOC 4, but if you do get max wind and a bit more headwind angle, then of course put a little bit on if you adjust into that. Just over 2 balls curl to the right and just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Draw a line down from the tee, look at where that would intersect the triangle for a good curl reference. Drive distance here, you're looking for around 340 to 345 yards. Second shot, making a white ring fringe check, bottom white of the white ring touching the inside fringe line in line with the pin. That is plus 2. If you don't want to do that, you can try with drive distance as well, but the fringe check is the best way. So use the bottom of the white ring. Plus 2 is displayed and that will equal 74% slider, 0 elevation. This is a no spin shot. And we're setting up with a ball guide, 1 green square through the hole. 2% slider per yard difference, so if your white ring fringe check was plus 3, it means you're further away, you'd play 76 slider instead. Final part of the equation, pull the adjustment over the bullseye, and then we're all set to hit perfect, and will be a very good chance to start with an eagle. On this par 3 in tailwind, we're going to play with the Grizzly, and we're going with the white ring touching the rough on the left, and our position was at the top of plus 4 with Grizzly 9, top of plus 7 with Grizzly 7 and 8. Then we're adding spin. Don't worry about the actual exact number of bars of spin, but look at the ball guide. I want it running along the border of the light and dark green square columns, and the tip of it just stopping there around 3.5 green squares before the pin. So even if you are a click or two off with your landing spot, you're just applying spin to match the ball guide, but it should be pretty much accurate to what I have in the video, give or take a click or two either way. The adjustment is max plus 20, and we're using power 4 settings and Grizzly 9 numbers. Even if you've got a lower level Grizzly, please use Grizzly 9 numbers. 2 pulls over the bullseye is the final thing to write down here. Hit perfect, and then subject to any wind angle tweaks, you've got a good chance at a hole-in-one. This is a tricky wind angle. I'm going to talk through some options as we go, but first, start with a quarterback, white ring touching the rough on the left at the top of plus 10. Then I'm switching to Thor's Hammer 6. I want to use 7 top spin and 1 right spin. If you've got APOC 6, you could try that, of course. It's got a bit more top spin. Hasn't quite got 7 bars, but it might be worth a go. But I've got the Cataclysm in here. I would recommend you take a token and work out where your drives are most likely going to end up in terms of what wood club you want to use. If you get the drive as far as I have here, you can actually use a sniper on the second shot, but I just wanted to include the Cataclysm just for those that didn't want to maybe overpower the sniper. Max plus 10, power 3, pushing the rings as the trees are in the way. It is a full overpower shot, so of course if you've got a power 4 or power 5 wind 3 ball, that will give you a slow needle. You can see we're pushing the drive quite far here, but we're not risking the rough, 370 yards. Now, like I said, this one could have been played with the sniper, but it's up to you what you decide to go with. I'll talk you through my setup here though with the cat or the big dog or the guardian. 4.5 backspin and 1 bar left spin, and look at the second bounce and the third bounce. Second bounce just on the border of the green squares there. You could see I gave you a zoom in a little bit earlier where the third bounce was. Try and replicate that for a +2 landing position with a distance wood club, so this may not work with the sniper, please be advised. I'm playing this one 75% slider. Now, in the video I did a different elevation. I've given you a tweak on the notepad. I would recommend you go 25% elevation. I just missed on the side here. So like I say, you could adapt this for different drivers and different wood clubs, but here is a framework, very close look at the albatross on this par 5. Here we're going to set up with the quarterback once again at a P3 max rest with the red ring touching the rough on the right. And then we switch to our APOC bag and we're going to add 5.8 topspin and 3 bars side spin to the right. Then our adjustment is going to be maximum distance 0, elevation, max plus 0. Making our adjustment, for me that is around 6 rings, and we're going to apply outer wall curl to the right, and I'm going with just before the circle drops as my overpower reference, so find that point carefully and then you'll match this drive pretty much exactly, give or take the odd yard, and you're looking for something around 345 yards. Second shot, making a bottom white rough check, BWRC. So look at that rough line above the bunker, place the bottom of the white ring, touching that, and then we're looking at the plus yards displayed. If you don't want to do that, or you haven't got plus yards there, then you can use drive distance instead, same slider value as the video example. Max backspin, half a bar of right spin, and then we're finding our position with the ball guide going to the left hand edge of the cup as we look from where the ball is, playing the max backspin draw shot. For a +2 bottom white rough check, we're going to go 72 on the slider and 25% elevation, power 3 numbers, and pulling this one over the bullseye. Don't forget to join me and Golf Clash Tommy tomorrow for the Season 58 finale live stream here on the channel, 8 PM UK time. That is, of course, Sunday evening. Some previews coming up for Season 59 and a chance for you to take part in polls, discussion points, and also to give your feedback on all things Golf Clash. On this drive here, we're going to set up directly with the Apocalypse, top of +10 with APOC 5+, top of +16, or rather P3 max with APOC 4. We're going to go with 5.8 top spin and 3 left spin. You can see with APOC 5 and 6 the red ring is touching the rough. APOC 4 you will have 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough. Adjustment here, maximum distance 10%, elevation. This is a narrow line on the drive, take a token or two and make sure you're gaining enough distance. We need to be 375 yards or above here. 3/4 ball curl to the left. And I am playing with circle drop overpower rather than just before. Now, if you find in practice you're going a bit short, add a click or two only of overpower. Just make sure you get 375 or above, and you need to pack the Hornet because I want to be in short iron rough bump range. Going with 5 top spin, 3 left spin with the Hornet level 8 and above. And then we are adding spin first, of course, finding our position with the ball guide going to the front of the cup. I'm very close to max distance here, +6 is max, so that's why I just wanted to advise you there. If you find yourself going a little bit short on the drive, you might be in between clubs. You can, of course, try power 4 ball if you want, or if not, just to be on the safe side, add a click or two more of overpower. For a +5 landing position, I'm playing this one 98% slider, minus 15% elevation. This is a very close miss. You can either tweak the aim or make a pull angle correction. The choice is yours. But it's a good opportunity for an albatross. Take a token or two and put some tweaks in, and you've got a very good chance indeed. Here with this tailwind angle, we are going to go with the grizzly. Find position first. Blue ring touching the rough at the top of +5 with grizzly 9, top of +8 with the grizzly level 7 and 8. Then I'm adding spin, not a specific amount of spin, but I'm looking at the ball guide and I want it to be just on the corner of that dark green square. So it's kind of 2 green squares below the pin, 3 to the left. So the spin may vary a click or two, but that's the ball guide reference that we want. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. That's why I've got a Centurion on. You might need a tweak if you've got higher wind than 8. Adjustment max +25, power 3 numbers, and we're playing with grizzly 9 numbers regardless of club level, and once again making 2 pulls over the bullseye. It is going to be a tough hole to drop and you will need some tweaks, but you do have a reference drop here to build your tweaks and work up from. So max +25, power 3, grizzly 9 numbers. Now on this par 4, I actually used a power 5 ball in qualifying round, but thanks to a suggestion from Luke, one of my channel members, I'm going to drop down to a Titan here. And we're setting up at the top of +4, bullseye directly over the rough line with APOC 5+, going with 5.2 top spin and 2 left spin. You will be at the top of +10 with APOC 4, of course, due to less club distance. Pushing rings to adjust because the trees are in the way. Max +10, power 2, settings. If you want a slightly slower needle, you could use a higher power ball, but even with a Titan here going with plenty of curl, 2 1/4 ball curl to the left, full overpower, it's still a pretty steady needle, at least with APOC 5. It will be a bit shaky with APOC 4. If you want to tweak that for a hole-in-one, then of course you've got a very good chance to do so, but if not, you're putting for the eagle. Tough par 5 here, we're going to play a bounce into the rough and roll out on the drive. Blue ring touching the rough on the left with APOC 5 and 6 at the top of +10. P3 max with APOC 4 going with 5.8 top spin, 3 left spin. APOC 4, your ring reference will be 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough. And once we've found our position, adding spin, we're then going to adjust max +10, power 3. For me, that is 6.1 rings. Going to go with just before circle drop over power, and you see a line down from the tee would touch the inner tip of the triangle there, so try and replicate the curl. Important to hit perfect to try and get the right bounce and roll out from the rough into the nice sunny part of the fairway here of around 356 yards. Now, second shot playing from max distance of the grizzly. If you've got grizzly 7 and 8, you may need more top spin, but I would still set up from the max line, and top spin will vary, of course. Going to be around 1.5 to 2 top spin, maybe a bit more depending on your drive, of course, and your club level, and a bit of side spin to the right. Aiming at the pin, ball guide a few green squares short as shown. I would want you to tweak the aim slightly here. We just lip out, so make sure you put an adjustment in to the aim. I like the adjustment I do here. It's max +10, power 1 settings. So have a look at how much I miss by, as I said, it's only a whisker because it is a lip out. So just tweaking the aim over, maybe a couple of clicks to the right, very good chance for the albatross. And onto this nasty par 3. We are going to go in the example here with 4.8 backspin, 3 right spin. Needs a bit of a tweak on the spin though. I had a few attempts and this was the closest I got. Yellow ring touching the beginning of the fringe, clear ring touching the edge of the bunker on the right with the grizzly. And we're going to go max +30, power 2 settings. This is a very difficult par 3. Tweak it if you want to. It all depends how much time and tokens you want to put into this one. Like I said, it is difficult, and even with a base drop, it would still need tweaking, but you're going to be close. 2 pulls over the bullseye, like I said. My recommendation here would be just to make a small tweak to the spin based on the miss in the video, but the adjustment here for reference, max plus 30, power 2, and we're using Grizzly 9 numbers. Perfect ball away, bouncing where we're aiming just before the fringe, but just missing on the high side here. Thank you for watching this video on the Players 9-Hole Cup here on the channel. Plenty more help to be found on the Facebook group, 12,000 plus members sharing shots, free guides and discussion points as well. Head over there, it is free to join and you can interact with me and loads of other helpful members in the game. Looking forward to seeing you there. Good luck, bye for now.